We're living in a crazy place, and I mean that very sincerely. We are living in a crazy place, especially when it comes to grief. And the reason I say a crazy place is that if you look at things, you notice that our culture tends to, and when I say our culture, I'm talking about the U.S., United States. I know we have an international group here, so please forgive me. When I'm talking about our culture, I'm talking about the U.S. But in the U.S., when it comes to grief, people see grief as something that needs to be hidden. People see grief as something that needs to be pushed away and not seen. Something almost like toxic. You shouldn't be dealing with it. And the problem is that we have gotten to the point where we think sadness has a bad name. Sadness has a bad name. There's something wrong with sadness that needs to be hidden and stowed away. Now, it wasn't always like that. You know, in Chaucer's time, if you ate and drank sadly, it meant you did it with gusto. Very different, eh? In fact, if you look at the root of the word sad, what do you find? The root, one of the roots of the word sad, and there's a number of them, but one of the roots of the word sad is satisfy. Very different kind of spin, isn't it? In fact, in Chaucer's day, the word sad meant fullness of heart. Fullness of heart. You know that feeling in your chest right before the tears come? There's this full feeling there. Fullness of heart. What a beautiful description of sadness. And we've taken sadness and turned it into something negative. And of course, this is why we need grief groups and we need grief counselors and we need grief this and grief that. You know, because our culture basically disdains grief and puts it on the back burner. And of course, this is shooting ourselves in the foot because grief is a part of being alive.